Stop flexing those biceps while your legs look like toothpicks holding a turkey. You are chasing upper body gains, but skipping the foundation like it is a side quest. Real athletes do not hide chicken legs under baggy sweats. Before we fix your aesthetic disaster, tell me which city you are repping in the comments. Hit subscribe now or keep training like a flamingo. Let's get to work. Stop treating leg day like an optional side quest. Most guys focus on chest and arms because they are easy to see in the mirror, but ignoring your lower body is a recipe for an aesthetic disaster. You are building a massive skyscraper on a foundation of toothpicks. Thinking cardio replaces resistance training is just a lie you tell yourself to avoid the squat rack. Without heavy lifting, you lose balance, power, and look like a cartoon character. Don't be that guy. Think of your body as a high-performance muscle car. You can have a shiny hood and a loud exhaust, but if the chassis is weak and the tires are flat, you are not going anywhere fast. Your legs are the literal engine of your entire physique. As the largest muscle group in your body, training them isn't just about looking good in shorts, it's about triggering a full-body wake-up call. When you stop treating legs like a chore and start treating them like the basement of your strength, everything changes. We are talking about total structural integrity. Strong legs mean better balance, explosive power, and an ironclad core. If you want to bench press more or carry your kids without your back screaming for mercy, you need a solid base. Skipping leg day is like building a mansion on a swamp. Eventually, the whole thing is going to sink. It is time to stop being a top-heavy aesthetic disaster and start building the stability and stamina that separates the real athletes from the weekend mirror watchers. Don't just stand there, build a foundation that actually lasts. Let's get scientific for a second, but without the boring lab coats. When you grind through a heavy set of squats or deadlifts, you aren't just building quads, you are launching a chemical nuke inside your system. Because the legs are such a massive muscle group, training them forces your body to crank up production of testosterone and growth hormone. Want bigger arms? Start squatting. If you ignore the lower body, you are basically trying to grow a forest without watering the soil. Then there's the metabolic fire. A brutal leg day turns your body into a calorie-burning furnace that stays hot for 24 hours after you leave the gym. While the guys on the treadmill are jogging to nowhere, you are torching fat while sitting on your couch recovering. Plus, let's talk proportions. Nobody wants to be that guy who looks like a superhero from the waist up but has 2 sticks for legs. Developing your glutes and hamstrings gives you that powerful athletic frame that actually looks functional. It is about power, metabolism, and not looking like an upside-down triangle. Stop overthinking it and start fueling the engine. Stop lying to yourself that your morning jog counts as a leg workout. Cardio is great for your heart, but it provides zero resistance to actually build muscle. If you want powerful quads and a solid posterior chain, you need to lift heavy. Running won't give you that athletic thickness. Stop hiding behind your bike or treadmill and get under the bar. Real leg strength requires real weight. No shortcuts allowed. Look, I know you are itching to jump straight under the bar and prove something to the mirror, but going into a heavy leg session cold is a one-way ticket to the physical therapy clinic. Your legs are massive, complex machines, and trying to redline them without a proper warm-up is like redlining a frozen engine in a Chicago winter. It is going to snap. A quick, 3-minute routine isn't just about avoiding a blown-out knee. It is about waking up your nervous system. When your muscles are cold, they are slow, weak, and uncoordinated. Spend a few minutes on jumping jacks, bodyweight squats, and lunges to get the blood flowing and your joints lubricated. It also shifts your brain from work mode to war mode. Don't be the guy who ego lifts his way into a surgery. Prep the engine before you race. You do not need 100 fancy machines to build massive legs. Stop acting like you are on a shopping spree and pick one heavy hitter for each zone. Hit your quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves with purpose. Focus on the mind-muscle connection rather than just moving weight like a robot. Do a few things perfectly, feel the burn, and watch your legs actually grow for once. Keep it simple. Time to stop wandering around the gym like a lost puppy and pick up some real tools. Whether you are stuck at home or hitting a world-class facility, the blueprint for tree trunk legs remains the same. Focus on the big movers and keep your form cleaner than a new pair of Jordans. You do not need a degree in kinesiology, just a commitment to not being mediocre. For your quads, the gold standard is the squat. If you have a rack, get under the bar for some back squats. If you are at home, bodyweight squats are fine, but stop doing them like you are sitting on a delicate piece of china. Get deep and feel the tension. Next, we hit the posterior chain. Good mornings or Romanian deadlifts are non-negotiable. This is where you build that go muscle in your hamstrings. Don't ego lift here. If your back starts rounding like a scared cat, you have already lost the battle. Moving to the glutes, because nobody wants a flat pancake back there, hit some glute bridges or back extensions. Squeeze like you are trying to hold a $100 bill between your cheeks. Finally, don't forget the calves. Standing calf raises, whether on a machine or just a staircase, will save you from the chicken leg comments. The secret sauce? Control. Stop bouncing the weight like a basketball. Feel the stretch, pause at the top, and own every single rep. Quality over quantity, always. One of the biggest crimes in the fitness world is treating leg day like a rare solar eclipse. You can't hit your quads once every 3 weeks and expect to walk around with powerful trunks. Your legs are the largest, most stubborn muscle group in your body. They need consistent attention to actually wake up. For the beginners out there, start with at least one dedicated leg day per week. Pick a day, circle it in red, and make it a non-negotiable appointment with the squat rack. If you are more experienced, stop coasting. Move to a split with one heavy power session and one lighter, technique-focused day. Remember, because these muscles are so massive, they need serious time to recover. Don't try to smash them 3 days in a row like a manic. Give them the stimulus they need, then get out of the way and let them grow. Consistency is the only magic pill. You can squat until your eyes pop, but if you go home and survive on iced coffee and 4 hours of sleep, your legs will stay exactly the same size. Growing these massive muscle groups requires a massive amount of fuel. Think of your body like a construction site. The workout is just the blueprint, but protein and rest are the actual bricks and mortar. You need to be hitting 7 to 8 hours of shut-eye to let your growth hormones actually do their job. And let's talk about the kitchen. You need protein at least 1.6 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight to repair the damage you just did. Don't be afraid of carbs either. That's the fuel that powers your next heavy set. If you are eating like a bird, you'll keep looking like one. Feed the machine or stay small. Building muscle isn't a guessing game, it's a math problem. If you've been lifting the same 50-pound dumbbell since the last presidential election, don't be surprised when your legs refuse to grow. You need to master the art of progressive overload. This means every session, you aim to do a little more than last time. Maybe it is adding 2 more reps, or perhaps it's stacking an extra 5 pounds on the bar. Even shortening your rest periods counts. You have to give your body a reason to change, or it will happily stay exactly as it is. But here's the secret. Stop moving the weight like a frantic turtle. Control the movement, especially on the way down. That eccentric phase is where the real muscle fiber damage happens, and that is what leads to growth. If you are just dropping the weight and letting gravity do the work, you are cheating yourself. Focus your mind on the muscle, feel every inch of the rep, and make it hurt. Finish your workout with a 5-minute stretch, or your joints will pay the price later. Stretching isn't just for yogis. It is how you recover faster and keep your mobility fluid. Building legendary legs is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with the process, stay consistent, and do not let your ego ruin your progress. Treat your recovery with the same intensity as your squats. Stay disciplined. Look, the truth is simple. Your legs are the foundation of your entire existence. If you skip leg day, you are building a house on sand, and eventually, the whole thing will crumble. A true athlete doesn't just train what is visible in a mirror, they build from the ground up. To see real results, you must master the trifecta: Eat enough, sleep like a pro, and lift with absolute control. This isn't a hobby, it is a long-term commitment to not being mediocre. Stop making excuses, get under the bar, and never let those chicken legs define you again.